Good morning, Intenders.
Good morning.
Welcome and welcome back to Morning Intentions. It is the second day of our brand new theme that covers the last couple of days of June and then all of July. And that theme is life changes and reprioritizing. Life changes and reprioritizing. And I want to give us our working definition for reprioritizing. I gave it once for our heads and once for our hearts yesterday. And for today, I will do it just once for both our heads and our hearts. Reprioritizing is the intentional practice of adjusting how we spend our time, our energy, our attention, and our resources so they reflect who we are becoming rather than who we used to be. And then we had our very first reflection question for our first intention yesterday. Life is constantly changing. What am I holding on to that is causing me to suffer? Annette, do you have anything that you're holding on to that's causing you to suffer?
Yes.
Yes,
I do.
you?
I do. I think we're going to talk about this tomorrow, so I'll wait until then. Maybe a little preview, or should I just wait till tomorrow? Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow. Yes, I do. I will tell you tomorrow.
No previews?
No previews.
Okay.
How about you?
I do, and here's one that could be a constant struggle, more or less. Not necessarily constant anymore. You'll recognize it. Sometimes I really struggle accepting reality and how people can be. I will say this to Annette all the time. Could you believe this person is so rude? How did they think that was nice? How could they act like that? And I say that all the time.
All the time.
And that gets me so much. And when we think about life is constantly changing, what am I holding on to that is causing me to suffer?
Your expectations.
There you go.
That's what you're holding on to. It's important for me to remind us all that this month we really do have to listen to ourselves. I don't like to use have to very often, but I'm going to do it now.
Sometimes you have to.
This is one of those times. I know that you're probably not going to like this, Ada, but I want to share my favorite poem of all time.
Are you serious?
Yes, I do.
Mary
I do.
Oliver, The Journey?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh,
I won't say no.
Because there's a reason. This poem is about listening to you, to your own wisdom, to your own desires, to your own needs. And this month, we must do this because when we're thinking about looking at the changes in life, but the reprioritizing, that reprioritizing piece has to come from inside of us as opposed to maybe in the past we were very much influenced by what other people thought, what we thought we should be doing or how we should be showing up. And now because of all these months that we've been working on this, like understanding what it means to be aligned with yourself and understanding what it means to listen to that inner ug. Understanding that if we've had codependency going on is that we don't want to walk down that path any longer. This poem will start our month off beautifully.
Okay, I'm for it. Go ahead and share with us The Journey by Mary Oliver. One thing though, while you find it in your Mary Oliver anthology that I gave you as a present, it's wonderful when we have, whether it's a poem or a book or a movie, something that inspires us so much that we can constantly go back to it and find new wisdom. Or it's just something that anchors us, your word of the year, when we feel a little unstable or a little lost. It's great to have those texts or those works in our lives. And I think it's great that you have one that you can go back to over and over again and find so much wisdom.
You'd think I'd have this memorized by now. I don't. And you think I would because this is very anchoring and grounding for me. It always helps me to say, oh, yes, this is what's true for me. So here it is, The Journey by Mary Oliver. One day, you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles. Mend my life, each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do. Though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations, though their melancholy was terrible, it was already late enough, and a wild night and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save.
So, when it comes to life changes and reprioritizing, what line or lines about that poem stand out to you so much that you said, I've got to bring this to this episode?
There's many lines. Starts out, one day you finally knew what you had to do and began, though the voices around you kept shouting. As we do our healing work and start showing up more authentically and start setting boundaries that are very healthy boundaries for us, there may be many people that don't understand. There may be many people that say, well, who are you? What are you doing? And those voices can keep us stuck. And for me, not only my experiences, the voices were outside of me, external to me, but they were also in my own head. That's huge for me because how many of us live for other people? We're not talking about loving and caring and helping others and supporting others, but when we say, I have this need for sharing my voice, and many people are not willing to hear what I really have to say, and then we swallow our words, then we keep ourselves stuck. But it doesn't seem like that. It seems to us that we're just keeping the peace. We're just showing up in the way that people need us to be. But we can only do that for so long. And that's where this reprioritizing comes in. And it can be a bit painful, reprioritizing. So that first part, people aren't always going to love what you do. And the way all of this poem means so much to me, but the way it ends is the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save, which is you. We can only save ourselves. That doesn't mean that we don't love others, that we don't contribute to other people's lives. But if we don't save ourselves, we won't be able to contribute to other people's lives in the degree that we want to and in a way that's authentic and true.
And in the end, the only person who needs to love what we do is us.
And that's not selfish. The Dalai Lama will say that healing and listening to what's true for us is wise selfishness. In other spiritual texts, it's taught over and over in various forms that healing is not a selfish pursuit. Because when you're working on your own healing, then you can show up with love and care and compassion in a way that you didn't even know was possible.
Let's have our intention for today come from Annette's favorite poem, the last couple of lines. I am determined to do the only thing I can do Determined to save the only life I can save, my own. I am determined to do the only thing I can do. Determined to save the only life I can save, my own. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you tomorrow.
See you then.